Okay, storytelling Ron, and let's try number 2. All right, Mark, you go ahead and start with the Zinequest, right?
Yes. Hey, Mark Finn here from North Texas. Currently have something on Kickstarter right now for Zinequest 3. Very excited to be involved in this. This is my second Zinequest participation, and we're this year's the biggest one. I mean, it's really great. I've had a lot of fun with this, meeting folks. There's a great community built around gaming zines right now. It's kind of exploding in a good way. A lot of people, a lot of interest, and I'm here because Ron said, "Hey, come back," and so I said, "Sure." And Zeev reached out to me independently and said, "Hey, I've got a thing that we're running about the same time in Zinequest. You want to get together and cross promote?" And literally that same day, Ron said, "Hey, let's do another video." And so this is how magic happens, folks. This is how the sausage gets made right here. a lot of emails behind the scenes in smoke-filled rooms. So Zeev, tell us a little bit about you and your project. I'm very excited to see what you're working on.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Zeev. I like role-playing games, and I'm a linguistics grad student, hopefully future linguist proper. And a lot of games have you ever heard a dwarf in a role-playing game?
Oh yeah, it's usually Scottish. Yeah.
Yeah. So actually the whole idea for my zine is the Journal of Fantastic Linguistics, which is meant to bring all sorts of language and linguistic related aspects to your games to allow you to do stuff a bit differently, or maybe even notice things that otherwise you wouldn't have noticed. A good example is accents. You make all your dwarves Scottish, and you automatically limit the representation of dwarven culture in your game. If you want to make your dwarves different, then automatically you can't give them a Scottish accent. If you do, then they have the entire stereotypes. All your dwarves are the same. So building an accent is really easy. And maintaining an accent is too. You can choose 1 or 2 differences in sound and maintain only those. Your accent will, first of all, be a bit less ridiculous. If, I'm at the gaming table, we're in like an intense session, I don't know, a diplomatic mercantile debate, negotiation with a dwarven delegation, and suddenly my storyteller bursts out with a Scottish accent. I don't know. A bit difficult to keep a straight face.
It can be reductive.
And accents, yeah, like accents don't even have to be with sounds. You can change the structure of your sentences, and then you don't even have to do the funny voices.
So this is what your zine is about. It's about how to put these kind of tools into practice in your game, correct?
Yeah, it's about how to practically use all sorts of aspects of language in your games. Not only accents, like everything.
I'm into it. I thought that was so cool. I thought that was just the neatest thing. And actually, something that I'd like to see more of in zines is that like personal point of view. I try to write my zines the way I sort of talk conversationally and how I present myself. And Monty Hall's got some of that. And when people talk about it and do reviews and feedback, that's the thing they comment on. He writes in a conversational style. You feel like you're sitting there talking to him. And I'd love to see more like zines with points of view from specific people with different skill sets. And so I backed your zine. I'm really looking forward to it. I think I even sent you a comment. I put a note on Kickstarter at some point. You put a little snippet up there, and it reminded me of a thing that I did in Monty Hall, and so I thought, oh, cool.
Yeah, you did.
I did that without any kind of practical application, just like here's the thing, and so it'd be really cool. I can't wait to see what you've got and sort of integrate that into my games. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah.
Thanks. Yeah. So I'm planning on posting a lot more like snippets of different columns and articles, and then probably let the backers vote on which ones they want to see in the zine, because I just can't cram it all into one issue.
Zinequest 4.
Zinequest 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Zinequest 5. Just, just save it up, put it back in there. There you go. No harm, no foul.
Definitely.
And talk to us about your backgrounds there that you got, because that was kind of interesting when you mentioned that.
Yeah, so I work from a desktop, so I can't actually work or use my computer or Zoom conference, which is basically all I did this year, from my gaming room. But all the other linguists, all my professors, all the other grad students, they have their libraries in the background. And I got really jealous. So the background here is basically a photo of my of part of my gaming room, part of my library. I have some more. You have this. You have this.
And
it's
this makes for riveting YouTube videos as we all quietly try to stare at the titles. All three of us kind of hunkered down. This is not good TV, folks. This is not good TV.
Rollmaster, that was
my sheet with all of them cataloged. I can send you it if you want.
Oh yeah. I'd love to see that. Wow. Yeah, that's an impressive array. No kidding. Woo. Gee whiz.
Thanks.
And then you talk about your Gobsmack too, or is that?
Yeah. So Gobsmack is a one shot. I wanted to do something a little less complicated than 4 quarterly issues. It's a way to bring goblins into an urban environment and run them as another culture in your game. This puts them right in with the gnomes and the elves and the dwarves and the halflings. If you've got a big magical city, there they go. And I like that because I love goblins. I love I really like the folklore aspect of goblins, and so I never thought that the D&D histories for goblins was very good. I thought it was really slapdash, or maybe not slap. At the time, it was great, but over time, it's become sort of like, really? That's so they keep getting beat. Why don't they change? Why don't they fix this? So, anyways, the idea is you can bring goblins into a setting as an NPC, and this is a toolkit as well that will let you create an NPC goblin with a name, a job, some personality traits, really quickly, and use them in your encounters. And the system is designed to be modular. So if the characters go, okay, I buy a dagger and then let's get on with it, you can throw that guy out. You don't need him again. If they have an interaction that's cool, or if he makes a reaction roll that's fun, you can kind of write a note there and put that down. And then when they come back, he's there again going, oh, I remember you guys. And so it's designed to be modular, and it's designed to be expansive. You can use goblins to generate story ideas. You can use them in place of the stranger in the bar that walks up and says, I'm looking for a group of adventurers. You can do all of that. So, and it's going to come with alternate history. My version of how goblins got this way in my game, I'm going to go ahead and show it as an example. And stretch goals, if I hit any, will include additional artwork from my buddy John Lucas, who is fantastic. And also, sorry?
Fingers crossed for the
yes, fingers crossed. And also
amazing.
some 5th edition stuff for player characters. If anybody wants to do goblins as PCs, I've got some backgrounds that you can use, and also some specific subclasses that are only unique to goblins. So, they can do whatever you want them to do within that realm. But here's 3 or 4 things that really only goblins can do that nobody else can. So it sort of evens the playing field to make up for 500 years of having their heads being beaten down by the iron heel of civilization. So, anyways, that's Gobsmack in a nutshell. Gobsmack in a nutshell.
I actually have a question.
I also have some artwork. You mentioned that you wanted to see some stuff, so I have a few pieces of artwork. That
we'll go through that in a sec. I got a question for both of you, and this is pretend I'm monumentally naive and dumb or something. Anyway, so a zine quest. I'm not even that. I kind of get what it is, but I don't get what it is. What is a zine quest?
It was a thing that Kickstarter put together. I guess February was a down month for them. That was my original thought. They literally put a little thing out that said, "Hey, remember back in the halcyon days of the earliest role-playing games when there were all these cool independent zines that sort of propped up the culture until everything came along and got established?" And it cited Arduin Grimoire and Judges Guild and a few other like classic, early first edition type things, alarms and excursions, that sort of stuff, and said, "Hey, we love that stuff. So here's the deal. Why don't you guys make a gaming zine? It's black and white with a color cover. It's got to be saddle stitched and run it for 2 weeks. And
not staple bound?
Well, saddle stitched, yeah, that's what they call the staples. Yeah. Okay. And I think those were really more of those were guidelines.
So
really.
It's like the Dragon magazine.
Yeah. Only
Dragon magazine is like
bigger.
Dragon magazine is much more established than
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so zine quests are smaller than that.
Yes, Dragon was the slick version of the zines that preceded it. You know,
okay, got it.
Strategic Review was considered a zine. There's a lot of them, and so
so Kickstarter itself started this.
Yeah, and they had a little logo and a promotional thing, and then last year for ZineQuest 2 they have a hashtag, and now it's actually a subcategory. You can search for ZineQuest on Kickstarter, and what comes up is just a
why do you say 2, 3, and 4? What does that mean?
Well, this is the third year.
It comes every year.
Yeah, this is the third year. The third ZineQuest 3 is this year, and presumably next February will be ZineQuest 4. So
but everyone's making thousands of their own, well, not thousands, but 100, their own zines.
Yeah.
During this period.
Right. Yeah, everyone's running the same zine campaigns throughout the month of February.
Oh,
yeah.
I see.
Yeah, we're all kickstarting single issue zines. Some people are doing complete games. Some people are doing just content. Here's some monsters and some hexes to crawl around in. Some people are doing add-ons. It's really a wide spectrum. One guy's doing nothing but old school maps. Like his zine is nothing but hand-drawn maps.
And what does Kickstarter then do the fulfillment or something?
No, they just promote it.
It's just like any other Kickstarter thing.
You just promote it.
You get the benefit. You get to clump up with all the other ZineQuest people, and so you get a little extra marketing by being sort of involved.
It's a bit more than a little extra. I don't think that I could have the same. I don't think that I could successfully fund a project without doing like extensive work to promote myself and get myself out there for like months ahead. And with ZineQuest, I admit that it's very sloppy of me, but I barely did any preemptive work on the marketing department, and they promote it very well.
Yeah, and
I've never heard of it, so but whatever. I'm just
there's a group on Facebook, RPG Zines, and a guy named Tim started it with a few friends.
Right. Okay.
He started it last year, and right now there's currently, I think, right at 2,000 members. Most of them are like zine collectors, but there's a lot of content creators there as well. That's and cool. So, Zeev, you've got a point. I mean, both of us have hit that list and sort of not spammed it, but let people know that our project's live and we're doing this sort of thing. And that's collectively more eyes than we could have gotten any other way, and so
I'm an obsessive Kickstarter backer. Like it's probably a disease at this point. You see the library.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think I've passed the 450 projects already.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's an illness. Like at the limited edition, deluxe editions. You say limited edition, my eyes go. I see white.
You need to seek
So
help.
I know. Yeah, so I know in February, okay, I have to scour Kickstarter because there are going to be a lot of projects. So a lot of people from the backer side, not only the creator side, already know to look forward to February. January is usually a slow month. So they look forward to February. They know that there are going to be a lot of interesting projects, a lot of zines. And there are a lot of people who, myself included, think that Kickstarter is much better suited to the small indie creators, like individual people or like 3-5 people teams, rather than like these big companies that still use Kickstarter to put out books.
Right. No, I agree. And I think both Zeev and I we're 1 week in on our campaigns. I think you and I launched on.
Yeah. And we'll put all the info below for you guys, hopefully.
So yeah,
I'll post it today, I'm pretty sure.
They're short turnarounds.
Yeah, I never heard of these things. I mean, I got what it is, the zines, but I never didn't.
But do you generally back Kickstarters, or are you like almost never on?
I was on it a couple or a few years back and did a few, and then I haven't been around, and then I just started again with my own idea and what I wanted to do. So yeah, I've just kind of re-jumped back into it recently. And,
I'm kind of keen to see what the progress has been on the map.
And I'm not going to show you all of it because I haven't even shown my backers, and I got to show them first. So
sure.
But I'll show you the one. But I'll let or do you want me to show them you, or do you guys want to show your stuff now, or whichever?
Zeev, do you have anything that you can throw up on the screen if we share the screen?
Let me.
Probably.
What do you mean probably? You got to be ready, buddy.
Probably because the art is a bit more abstract. Okay, so
just like a chart or two. Here, let me. Let's see. How do I do this? I always forget. Okay. Okay. Who can share? All participants, one at a time. Yes.
All right, Zeev.
All right. So I have an article about how to speak like a lizard man or dragonborn, or basically any reptilian humanoid. So this is the articulatory system. This is all of the bits and pieces that make us talk, that make our sounds sound like sounds. Here you have the air that goes through the nose. Here you have the tongue, the glottis and the vocal folds, teeth and lips. So this is a dragonborn. My artist is amazing. She is incredible. She was so patient with all of my articulatory nitpickings. It was incredible. So the main difference here is that they don't have teeth. Can you see my mouse, by the way, when I share the screen?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So they don't have lips. And we make a group of sounds called labials with our lips. Like all of the M, P, B. Some people also, depending on how pronounced it is, F and V. So all of those sounds, basically, lizardmen can't produce, or dragonborn just can't make them. You also have all sorts of vowel changes that they can't do. So the article goes through why exactly they can't do it. I'll also have like numbers and explanations about what each piece means in the whole graph thing. But all explanations of what they can't do, why they can't do it, and what they would do instead, as well as how to practice, because after like few minutes of practice of speaking like a dragonborn, it comes really easily.
Dude, I can't wait. I'm so excited about this. I'm stoked. Oh, this is awesome.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah, this is gonna be.
I never even thought of that stuff. That's crazy.
So yeah, actually, the other one that I have that I don't have the diagram for is for goblins and any race that has like compressed head structure, that they have
compressed head structure. Okay, I'm gonna do an accent with a compressed head structure. Wow.
Like anything that has smaller area in their mouth, smaller.
I like compressed head structure.
Yeah, totally.
Compressed head structure.
So how they would sound? They have less tongue mobility, so all of the rear of the tongue would be able to move less while they speak, and that would affect a certain amount, basically all of their sounds, in a really particular manner. So yeah, that's also something. Like, it's called the anatomy of accents, the column that goes through the races, and all sorts of anatomies and how they affect the way you speak.
I've just been doing goblins as South London punks.
Yeah.
Circa 1979.
Exactly.
I've clearly I've got a whole new avenue to go down.
Well,
this.
I think those guys did have compressed head spaces, so.
Well, sure, yeah. It's all the moshing and the headbutting. Absolutely.
Wow. That's interesting. Yeah, wow. I mean, that's a whole new
All right.
world of DMing flavor and choices.
That's what I hope
that
to bring.
that
Yeah.
we don't think about.
Yeah, very cool,
Yeah.
very cool. Nothing against
Thank
a
you.
Scottish accent. I mean, that's fun. But no, I get what you mean. You know, because as soon as it's sort of like why all the bad guys have British accents. You know, as soon as you hear a bad guy in a movie, your first thought is, "I'll bet he's with the Empire." You know, it's just it's sort of it's a quick it's a cool quick hook, but sometimes it limits
I think
choices
that there's
for you.
so much missed potential. The moment
Right.
that you have really easy accents, modular accents, then the players can also catch on to it. For example, a Palestinian Arabic accent in Hebrew is really not that different than... They have like one major change, depending on which dialect of Palestinian Arabic. They change all the P into B, right? So
No
you
kidding.
can have... Yeah, so you can have like accents with minimal changes like that, and the players catch on to it. So if I'm a player and I want to infiltrate, I don't know, some banquet from a rival kingdom or something like that, I can actually emulate the accent without having to do like this weird Scottish accent. You can have accents for different kingdoms without having to like differentiate by races, and it's so much lost potential in my opinion.
I'm literally gobsmacked. See what I did? At what you just said. Here's why. I'm going to see if I can find it real quick in my... I have a raw document that doesn't have all the layout on it, but I'm going to see if I can get there quickly and make it kind of pretty. Because I just want you to see on this table one of my character traits that I have for one of the like personality quirks that you can give for your goblin is that hell. Well, hold on. I found it. It's a linguistic thing that's very close to what you just said.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's so nutty. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad we met, Z. This is really cool.
Definitely.
There we go. So let me see if I can. Can we share the screen now? I wonder.
Yeah, you should be able to.
Okay. All right. Share screen. Yes. All right. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
All right.
Can you zoom in a bit though?
I can.
Or bring it up.
Thank you.
I can zoom on the Zoom. So, all right. Personal affectations. Number 7, confuses P's and F's.
Ah,
I
Nice.
know, right?
nice.
Yeah. So in the example that I'm rolling up, Flurg confuses his P's and F's, and I put an example of this here. He lives for that shit. However, Flurg does not like being tricked, so he's kind of a bully in that respect. And if he's fooled or even lied to, he'll swear on his left pinky that he'll get you back, you fucking Frankster. So, you know, It's not a B, but it's really close.
Yeah, so it's actually not surprising that you got it intuitively close, because Fs also occur really, really close to that area. Actually, I can get into that. The difference between P and B and between P and F they're about the same distance from each other, perceptually or cognitively, maybe.
Ron, I would just like all of your viewers to know that I am smarter than I look. Okay.
So linguistics is the study of the knowledge of language, that what we know about language without knowing we know it. There are a lot of things that you know how to do with language that you aren't aware of them at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. We learn how to speak, but we don't learn why we learn all that stuff.
For instance, if you want to take a noun and make it plural in English, what do you add at the end?
S.
What make the sound?
Yeah.
Yeah? Then how do you make dog plural?
Oh, dogs.
Z. And how do you make bush plural?
Bushes. Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, and like there's a strict rule for when it's s, when it's z, and when it's is. And nobody knows that they know it, but everybody knows it.
Genius. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Thank you very much, man. That art is amazing. Every time I go to your Kickstarter page, I'm blown away.
Well, this is my friend John Lucas, who is a professional comic artist. He's worked for Marvel and DC and Dark Horse and all these guys. He worked on Deadpool. He worked on Batman. I mean, he's got. He even did 2000 AD, mostly just so he could say, "I'm in 2000 AD with Judge Dredd." So so this is some of the stuff that he's been doing, and he's just been having a ball with it. John's really good at doing little character vignettes where like there's a lot of stuff going on, and so I kind of wrote the descriptions to sort of play to that. So these are two goblins scraping barnacles. This is one of the jobs that a goblin can have, is barnacle scraper. Mm-hmm. Here's a goblin being dressed down by a hobgoblin, and there will be hobgoblins here, but not bugbears. Bugbears did not make the grade when they had the decision to come in from the cold. So bugbears are still out there causing trouble. Hobgoblins and goblins, they're in the cities, and so this hobgoblin is a little upset that the dog may or may not have eaten all of the food that was meant for him and his guys. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, this is the cover. I think I've showed this. This is a color thing that may or may not happen, but it was just sort of like a proof of concept idea to see if I could what it might look like. Lots of detail, a lot of fun, and very, very much an attitude. So that, I think that's a big part of what makes the goblins such fun to play, is that you can kind of give them that sort of crass, sort of kind of vibe, and it's fun, and it can be funny, but it can also be serious because they're still goblins and they're going to be problems for you. So anyways, I'm excited about this. If John's got 5 pieces of artwork, stretch goals will let him add more, and so I'm hoping we get to that, because I'd love to see just a ton of stuff in there. And I've got another artist, or I've got 2 artists who are talking to me about doing some stuff. And one of them is a very famous gaming artist who has agreed to let me publish some of his work. And I'm really stoked about that. I can't say who, because I can't yet. But when we get there, I will make the announcement. It's going to be pretty awesome. So. There you go. So that's my stuff.
So Zinequest, huh? Or Zine. Zine, sorry.
Zinequest.
Zinequest. I don't know why I say Zine. Why do I?
As in magazine.
Magazine.
Yeah, because
Zine
the way it's spelled is Zine, but it's short for magazine.
Magazine. I know it's that magazine. So I don't know why I say Zine.
That's it.
Anyway. Okay, so I guess I'll show mine.
Yes.
So I'm going to start a Kickstarter any day now. Now I did the Goblin Fortress, and let me see if it'll even show it. So here is my big goblin. Can you see it?
Oh my God!
Big Goblin Fortress.
Ooh.
Oh, it's so cool! Wow.
Yeah.
I did not know you were going to do this in color, man.
Oh, you didn't see it in color yet?
No, I just saw the pencil that you were working on, or the inked. I didn't see this color. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
Dude.
Wow.
There's a story, or the DMs can make their own story for every little area. For little waterways, little cave tunnels, little holes here. What's submerged in here, and now here's like a separate little tower. The walkway up to the Goblin King's castle.
Wow.
Who's in there? And I do have the tunnels underneath that are connected to many of these holes. I'm not going to show that here. I got to show it to my backers first.
Right.
And I have further and further down, and I'm almost done. I'm almost done with the maps, and then I got to create I'm going to start creating all the goblins and ogres. I got some stretch goals, the ogres, and some hardcore stuff that's going to be happening. And I do want to show this because I've been looking at print, and this is the size of a 11 by 17. If you were looking at print stuff.
Right. We're talking about inches, right?
Yeah, inches, 11 by 17. So
hold on, I need to do the math then.
Yeah.
It's basically a standard Bristol board comic page landscape rather than portrait.
So that's what my successful Kickstarter, and I'm working hard on it. Just let all my backers know who do watch this. I am working hard on this. And my next Kickstarter I'm coming up with is sci-fi battle maps, and obviously it's going to be more. Let's see if you can guess.
Oh, dun, 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 dun,
Yeah, I've been doing the Star Wars RPG, and I've been really enjoying it. And
Okay, now I see.
Yes,
it took a while to switch.
Yeah. Oh, okay, switched. Yeah. So I've been working on these and getting. This is like just a replayable map. You can use it as a battle map. You can use it as a We Go Here map. Use it as a center of operations, and a siege map. I try to just work on all kinds of details.
Starting city, spaceport.
Here is something now. So this is like they go somewhere, and obviously in Photoshop you can do the whole erase thing, where you can go into the cave. And go down.
Come on.
Into
and that's a brilliant use of Photoshop. I would never have thought of that.
I mean, I know there's, and then of course the better just show you the underneath area, so that they can go discover what. This is obviously a Rancor layer plus other creatures. There's other creatures living around, and then there's some ancient artifact. Across this muddy water.
I'm so jealous of your ability to do things isomorphically. I always get lost in the grid and end up making Escher cities where sidewalks run into the buildings and nothing really connects.
Yeah, I don't like doing the grids, even when I'm doing top down and all that. I just don't like them for they just.
My buildings are squares and my trees are triangles. What are you talking about? This is amazing.
Yeah, and it just takes away. It's just one step further away from removing you from the immersion. When you do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I just want to, and then I'm going to start doing factories and refineries and spaceships and
awesome.
Things like that. I just want to go through these real quickly. Yeah.
So these are all designed to be sort of replayable areas. Every one of them can be an encounter, or it can be like a base or whatever.
Whatever you want to use it for,
It's cool.
This is obviously, and to me, this would take me. I mean, just my GMing experience, it would take probably 2 or 3 sessions to go through all this.
Sure.
Based on putting something interesting in every little area.
Right.
Yeah.
And and definitely strategy and cover and looking around. Let's see if you can guess what this is.
Oh, nice, nice. Oh yeah, that's so cool.
Man, it's switching for you much faster than for me. I'm still in the.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no.
Wait for you. Well, it's got to go all the way over there.
Okay. Yeah. Oh man.
That's not the only thing missing is a mudhorn egg. That's cool.
Well, it's I don't want to say anything because my daughter's right here and she plays the game, so I can't let her.
Oh yeah,
she just walked by, so I can't tell you what my story's all about. But no, you can use it. Whatever story or I I'm trying to make. Oh, here's my last one. I'll show this one. That's it. So see if you guys can guess what this is.
Yes.
I'm waiting for
That's
Ziv. Zeev.
And now you have now you got context because we've got all these episodes of The Mandalorian. So
man, I haven't watched that yet.
Oh, Zeev,
but it's okay.
You are a Star Wars guy. You must.
I mean, I don't mind spoilers. Good content.
Oh no! I just I'm not going to spoil anything for you. But if you really like the like classic Star Wars, that show is really up your alley.
Yeah.
I don't have Disney Plus here yet, so I'm still.
Well, if you'd like to come to Texas, you can come see it at my theater. I'll throw it up on the big screen.
Don't they have that Express VPN thing or something like that? You can kind of jump around.
They do.
But you got to pay for that too, I guess. I don't know.
Well,
no, I have a VPN.
Money's all tied up in video in board games. He doesn't have any cash to spare. He's got Kickstarters to back.
Yeah. So
cool,
this is what I'm working on, and hopefully pretty soon. And I've got more, but this is enough to show. I don't want to keep. But anyway, that's my Kickstarter coming up any day now. As soon as I get it all figured out.
Outstanding.
Good luck.
It makes me wish I played Star Wars. Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't back it because I don't play it. But
no worries. No, well, it's just I'm doing it as like just sci-fi maps, for anything. But obviously, it's the Star Wars, themes.
The angle. Yeah.
But whatever. Cool. It is what it is. But yeah, I'm just enjoying it.
Yeah. So did you have any formal art training, or was this all just?
No. Well, I do have formal art training, but I went the route of fine art, so I didn't really get into graphic arts. In my further training, like in college and post college, I went into crazy fine art and crazy life here in LA. But I guess my true love is storytelling. It's not fine art. It's not painting. And
what's the difference between fine art and between painting and?
The terms I'm using are just quick and dirty. I guess the museums and the galleries and the paint. I used to go oil painting and smoke cigarettes, smoke jetons, and drink cheap wine, and do that kind of thing here in LA, in downtown LA. But I think my true love is storytelling, not that. So,
and graphic art, at least at the college level, is intended to be art for like commercial purposes,
right? Yeah,
like advertising.
I never did that. I went the oil painting route.
Yeah, which is funny because. As much as I like fine art, some of the art that I collect and the stuff that moves me the most and that I find the most interesting is the graphic and commercial art from the 20th century, especially the mid-century stuff. That stuff's fascinating to me, and it's been largely disposable here. People didn't even think about it. One of the greatest pulp cover artists of all times, Walter Baumhofer, threw away 90% of the paintings that he painted because he just didn't think there was a need for them. He didn't think anybody wanted them, and so he literally got rid of 90% of his life's work. He kept the Doc Savage paintings and a few others that he liked, but for most of his work, it only exists now on the covers of the magazines, and those are disintegrating. So,
well, that's typical of any artist. We make a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So, anyways, we could have a whole nother discussion about this, a whole other thing. But yeah. So thanks very much for letting us come on and chat about all this. I hope that you'll check out Zinequest next year. I think you could absolutely do well with it. And
is it only once a year?
Yep, every February or so far. For the last 3 years, and so the community is great, very open, very accepting.
Very helpful.
Yeah. And
I just never heard of it. Yeah, it's interesting though.
Well, I'd like to think we all learned something today. I learned how lizard people can talk. And can't.
No, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
What was it? Compressed headspace?
Oh yeah, I can't wait to see.
Like
I
less
cannot
volume
wait to,
of the mouth.
That's a band, man. That's a punk rock band
Compressed
right there.
Headspace. That's definitely a
Compressed
punk band.
Headspace.
That is totally a punk band.
I've
Yes.
never heard of that, man. That's
We only
hilarious.
do
but that's
fear
great
covers.
though. I really that's definitely jaw dropping as far as thinking about.
I see what you did there.
Well, they're
languages.
compressed, so they can't really drop their jaw.
See, you look at that. We need experts like you in this genre, in the storytelling. Okay,
Very cool.
cool. Yeah, so I'll post this as soon as I can and let my viewers watch this because this is fascinating. Yeah, I like doing this. This is interesting and fun.
Thank you very much. I had a great time. I also learned a lot. You're great people. Very nice. I'm really happy that we met.
Yes,
Really.
The pleasure was all mine. I assure you.
Well,
And hey, we've got a thing to do later anyway, so hit me up on email and we'll talk about what happens next with our thing.
wait, who? Huh?
I'm talking to Z.
Okay.
He and I we're cross promoting with some
cool.
other folks.
And
I think I already posted mine.
Oh, cool. Very cool. So I need to do mine now.
yeah, email me about your whatever info you want me to put on there as soon as possible because I'm gonna try to get this going.
Awesome.
Sure.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right. Talk soon. Bye.
Are we?
Are we done?
Yeah, I think so. That was great.
I'm ready to post.
And I didn't cuss this time.
Yes, you did.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah, I think once or like
PG-13. PG-13.
All right.
You know, not like last time.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
right.
cool, man. I'll
else?
get on my things, Eve, and best of luck with this. I can't wait to see how we end up. I think
hopefully
fun,
with
no
a lot of stretch goals on your side.
Yeah, I get ambitious. I keep thinking this is the year that everybody's going to go, oh, that Mark guy knows what he's doing. I got to give him.
You know what you're doing,
and it never pans out that way. Ron, are we? So, how far along are you with the goblin stuff? I mean, is it still artwork? Is all you have left to do?
I have the final third map to finish up. I'm like halfway through, and I'm really loving it. And it's spectacular. I've never seen a layer like this in my life. So
yeah,
so I think the backers will be pleasantly surprised, I hope. And then I'm just going to start creating, and I've got some already, and I've got plenty of minis, but they're going to be getting tokens and minis as well. I'm drawing out all the goblins.
Like the cardboard stands that you can
Well, I just do a simple paper cutout and fold and throw it on the white.
Oh, the two-sided paper cutout that you like make a tent out of.
Yeah, just simple. Just cut it out, fold it, trim it a little, throw it on the widescreen TV that you got my map on, kind of thing.
Oh, that's nice.
Or they can have it as the tokens for online stuff. So,
I do.
I'm pretty excited about drawing these crazy goblins out. Because the map actually.
I make token.
No, not like that though. They're going to be full figured.
Right.
Yeah, but the map really has changed my view of what I'm doing, which is really cool. I drew it as like, what would they do next? Where would this tunnel lead to and why? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that grew my ideas even more. So I'm really excited about that. But anyway.
Awesome.
But yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Well, look at that. We're right at 1 hour. You said 1 hour? 1 hour.
1 hour-ish, yeah. But yeah, this is good. I think this is enough. Okay. All right, cool.
Thanks a lot, guys.
So I'll mail you with the Kickstarter link.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to put it out
Yeah.
as soon as possible, right now, as soon as I can get it up. Because I know you guys got a limited time here. All right.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right. Take care, guys. Y'all be good.
Thanks. You too. Good luck with the thawing.